Good afternoon, folks. And today we're going to talk about Indiana's Curtis Rourke and Dylan Gabriel from Oregon, who transferred out of Oklahoma, and Curtis Rourke, who transferred out of Ohio. Now, Dylan Gabriel transferred from UCF and Oklahoma on different things. Now, we're going to give you stats on both of those. Right now at Oregon, he's 130 for 167 with 1,449 yards, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Averages 8.2 yards per pass. Now, he's 4th overall when it comes to overall yardages. That's 16,314 total yards. Overall, he's 1,050 of 1,831, 3,103 for this year. 31 interceptions overall. Now, when you look at it all, he went 5 at UCF. He went from 2019 to 2021. He went 554 of 913, 8,037 yards, 68 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Then he jumped on transfer portal, went to Oklahoma, went 496 of 751, 6,828 yards, 55 touchdowns, 12 interceptions at Oklahoma. Then he jumped on the transfer portal, and now he's at Oregon. And I just gave you his stats there. So his overall stats now is 16,314. He's only 332 yards behind former Oklahoma quarterback Landry Jones, who's at 3rd place. He was there from 2009 to 2012. He went 1,388 of 2,183 yards. He has 16,646 yards, 7.6 yards averaged. 123 touchdowns, 52 interceptions. So, not really that bad. Not bad of a quarterback. Then you have Timmy Chang out of Hawaii from 2000 to 2004, who had 1,388 yards to 2,436, 17,072 yards, 7 yards average, 117 touchdowns, 80 interceptions. And then the top one of them all, Case Keenum, from 2006 to 2011, he redshirted in 2006. Got 1,546 yards, 2,229 attempts, 19,217 yards altogether, 155 touchdowns, and 46 interceptions. So, what's this tell you about this guy? I mean, this guy so far, what does this tell you about Dylan Gabriel? Now we jump down to Curtis Rourke. Tell me what you think about Dylan Gabriel. And now we'll talk about Curtis Rourke here. At Ohio, from 2019 to 2023, he went 630 of 962 for 7,650 yards, 50 touchdowns, 60 interceptions. And now that he's over here at Indiana, he went 118 of 160, 1,752 yards, 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I take back my statement yesterday. I said 4 interceptions, but it was 2 fumbles and 2 interceptions, but Maryland didn't convert on anything. That's 10.9 average, 756 yards, with altogether 756 of 1,122 attempts for 9,402 yards, 64 touchdowns, 18 interceptions overall. So what's that tell you? What does that tell you overall about everything here? Tells you a lot, doesn't it? Tells you just how good everybody really is. I mean, I myself will tell you this much right now. Curtis Rourke is a monster passer. I mean, he's really done really well at Ohio. I mean, Coming from Ohio, 7,650 yards out of Ohio before coming to Indiana. That's pretty damn good. Now, as of Dillon Gabriel, personally, I don't know how many yards he'll put up against Ohio State. I think it'll be a decent amount, and Ohio State's defense will probably prevail when he gets closer to the end zone. They'll probably do some stops, and he might throw one touchdown, maybe two or so. I'm not really sure how that'll work, but I think Ohio State. I think what you saw in the first half against Iowa and Ohio State is pretty much what you're gonna be seeing. Then the second half, then what you saw the game against Washington and Ohio and Michigan is what you're gonna see against right there. It's gonna be like that. But I think it'll be Ohio State prevailing. So, with that being said, Ohio State will have to play their best game they've ever played all year long if they're going to play Oregon. Dillon Gabriel is a passer and a half. I've never seen anybody play this good. He's literally only 332 behind Landry Jones. Tommy Yang, he's still got some distance to go. Not much, but anything's possible at this point. But he can literally almost gain up on Case Keenum before this year is out. But he'll probably pass Landry Jones after Ohio State, maybe. I'm not really sure. But if he does, great for Oregon. If not, then he's still got probably another game to go before he does that. And see how far he gets after that. And so on and so forth. I mean, he's got another several more games to go. We're already at the halfway point in this whole year. We'll just have to see how well things go from here. Now, Will Howard, on the other hand, he's still got a decent ways to go. He's right behind. He already passed Tim Graham out of Ohio State. And now he's got to get past. He's just right behind Graham. Now he's not Graham. He's right behind Hare. He's right behind Greg Hare right at this time. So, if he does well here, he'll get past Hare. And that's the only quarterback he'll pass there. And he's still got some decent amount of passing to do to get past the next quarterback. He'll have to get like 270-some, maybe 280-some to get past the next quarterback. Which, that'll be the only one he passes. And he'll have just to add up more to get up there. I mean, I don't know if he'll get up to the top 20, or top 10, but if he keeps adding up the numbers that he has, he might get up there. I don't know. I mean, we'll just have to see how things go from here. But I think they'll have some good numbers to add up here, and things might just go pretty well for Dillon Gabriel. But after Ohio State, it might get a little easier for him. But considering they struggled with Boise State, they still put up good numbers. I thought Boise State's defense still wasn't really that great, but still somehow Boise State managed to come away. The only thing that kept Oregon in that game was their special teams. That was the only thing that saved them. Their special teams saved them. The punt returns. The kickoff return for the touchdown. Boise State had the lead very momentarily. Then Boise State returned a touchdown. That was it. That's the only thing that saved them, was that. I mean, you really got to think of it like that. Well, I'm going to print out more stats for you, and then we'll have another conversation about Oregon and Ohio State, about who might have the advantage between the two. And then let me tell you what you think about down here. Comment down below what you think about these stats, and then we'll talk about those stats and about the history between the two. With that being said, hit the like button, hit the bell for notifications. With that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.